Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Fighting for Freedom, where I fight, you fight, together we fight. This is a platform designed for those people who are incarcerated to come on and we just give them a voice. My name is Davita alongside my husband Rodney. Together we are fighting for freedom. We are here every third Sunday at 7. We are on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe, guys, so we can get this thing rolling. Today, we have a very special guest for you guys. We have Mr. Joseph Parrish. He is at WCI. He is incarcerated. We're bringing him on. We're glad to have him. Mr. Parrish, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome, welcome, Mr. Parrish. Thank you for
I
your.
did open my door is correct. I ain't
That's,
really loud. I apologize.
no, it's okay. It's okay. That's just us, and letting everyone know we are live. We are talking to people who are directly in prison, and those things happen, and we understand that. So, how you doing today?
Yep, right out of myself.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Mr. Joseph Parrish?
You said one more time?
I said, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Mr. Parrish?
Ah, man, that's a good question. I don't even know who I am anymore. I mean, I can tell you who I was. Who I am now is different. But I think I'm a pretty good dude. Um, I was a, I was a pretty good dude. Uh, you know, things changed, but I don't even. I wasn't expecting that question. It's been 7 years since I was a regular person. You guys are regular people, Mr. Consumer, and prison changes you from that. Especially when you're not supposed to be here.
Okay.
It's so who I am now. I mean, I couldn't even answer that honestly. Uh,
Okay. Who was the 5-year-old Joseph Parrish? Who was that?
oh man, that he was the go getter. He was fun loving. He was out there doing anything for anybody, helping everybody. And that young man gave his shirt off his back. He just wasn't. He was always in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, he's a good guy. I don't know. He's different. He's different. He's different than he is now.
Right, right. So where are you from originally?
I'm from Harford County, Haverty Group.
Oh, okay. All right. That's over the west side, east side of Baltimore County. And what led Mr. Joseph Parrish to the Joseph Parrish today? How did you end up at WCI?
So what's crazy is I was never arrested for the crimes that I got convicted of. I was arrested for an unrelated crime, and then 5 months later, I was charged with a murder. And then exactly 5 months and 26 days later, I was convicted of murder. And honestly, it had nothing to do with it. And I'm pretty sure that I wasn't in town, but I can't prove that I wasn't. So, like, again, I wouldn't even know how to answer the question. It's so much to start from the beginning. I was walking down the street and I got arrested, charged with a unrelated crime and convicted of murder. And it's mind blowing how fast it went.
Okay, so I'm 1,000% confused. So you was originally in prison or in jail, I don't know which one, for an unrelated crime for which you have been charged and convicted and sentenced of now.
Okay, so all right, so Yaya told me not to elaborate too much, but I feel like it's needed now. I say, so I was arrested for robbing a man with a piece of paper in December of 2018 on the 13th. And then 4 months and like 12 days later, on April 17th, 2019, I was charged with the murder of another man. And then exactly 5 months and 26 days later, I was convicted of murder, and they dismissed the original robbery charge with Tuesday.
How does that happen?
uh, without holding my tongue, they messed up. They screwed up big time, and they used evidence from one case and the other, and it was proven on the second day of my trial that they mixed up evidence. Like the evidence was swapped. So I mean, that alone says the investigation was sloppy. So and a botched investigation, or it could have been my trial judge being friends with the victim's family, or the state of Maryland committed a felony when he tampered with evidence. The detectives committed perjury. Cop put words in a dead man's mouth, and I can prove it all. So, but me not being able to speak on it is where I fell short the last 5 years.
When you say not able to speak on it, what do you mean?
I have not had a voice. I gave up in June this year, and if it wasn't for this podcast, I probably would have probably wouldn't be here for the podcast now.
You
My
wouldn't be.
birthday, I was supposed to. My birthday was November 2nd, and I I wasn't in my best way prior to my birthday.
Okay. So you wasn't going to come on the podcast?
Well, nah, see, I had planned on taking my life. In June, I gave up hope on society. I completely gave up hope on everybody. My whole family abandoned me. Like, and they seriously haven't abandoned me. They still talk about me. I mean, you can talk about me to regular people, but that's not being here. There's a difference.
Hmm. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're here. You're still here. I'm glad you're on the podcast. And you said your birthday was when? November the 2nd?
November 2nd.
Well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I'm glad you're here. We're glad you're here. So what happens from here? How do you fight to, I guess, correct the sentence, fix the sentence? What happens from here?
I need the public's attention. I need help reaching out to regular people. I mean, in here I've been repressed and shut down. I'm pretty much buried under the jail. I mean, I had support for the first couple of years or whatever, but like life changes, life moves on, and I've had to come to accept the loss of more friends with death and life. So it's like um, it's frustrating.
Yeah, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
What can he do? What next steps, if there are any? Like, what would his next steps be?
Hey Jojo, you been for your post conviction yet?
I'm doing that myself now. Since my last two attorneys, my trial attorney and my direct appeal attorney, threw me, I decided never to put my life in another man's hands. So I've been studying the law for the last 3.5 years, 3.5 years.
For the
So
past
I
what?
finally got my post conviction yesterday.
You say you've been studying law for the past what?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Well, I
Hey,
mean, I
look,
started studying the day after I was convicted, but like really, really into it. Black law dictionaries and Mitch's law books and all the court procedures and all that the last 3.5.
oh, yeah, listen. This I told you before, like this space was a space so that a person can get their story out there, and of course, your story is a lot different from the other stories that have been being presented. You know what I mean? For sure, you coming and speaking to public and to society, dealing with a claim of actual innocence or unlawful confinement or wrongful conviction, all three, so to speak. You know what I mean? And I told you that we was going to assist in every way that we could to promote you out there to society, so that somebody, with the hopes of somebody hearing your situation or hearing your case, man, and reaching back out for you. You feel me? So with regards to getting that type of help and that type of attention, then you have to be able to present your story to society in a way that they can understand the story. You understand? So, like as you was speaking of, you was one place when the situation happened, and you was charged for this or charged for that. So then you have to express to society, like, how that situation went down. What kind of situation is it? I know you said, you was charged for one thing over here, but then later charged for this down the line or whatever. You feel me? So as far as certain proofs or certain information that you say that you are in presence of, you feel me? Then you gotta let society know, like, man, look, you know, this is what I have. This is what I have to bring to society to show that I was wrongfully convicted, that I'm actually innocent of this charge in which they charged me for, and which I was found sentenced, or that I was sentenced for. You know what I mean? You got to let them know. I mean, one thing about the courts, or one thing about people that are advocating, or lawyers or public defenders, whatever, the only way that they can help us is if we can help them to help us. So if we can't provide to them that in which we need help with in order to assist our situation, then they can't assist our situation because they ain't a part of our situation. You understand?
Right. Yes, sir.
So, with regards to post conviction, then we already know it's only like a 3% turnaround rate on post conviction. A lot of people get discouraged. A lot of people get in their feelings when they get turned down and shot down, not understanding that leave to appeal from post conviction is where a person actually get relief from. However, if a person is presenting that their post conviction information to show and can prove that their constitutional rights was violated, you know what I mean, then a person can, in some form or fashion, receive some kind of relief. You feel me? But a person have to do in their own due diligence. You know what I mean? Apply themselves in order to be able to present this information to the people properly. Like you say, you don't trust, or you don't have trust in lawyers or public defenders of actually stepping up and doing this, and be mindful. Like, it's one of you. This your case. You understand? So you got to fight for your case. The lawyers or the public defenders got 500 other cases, so they're not going to be able to give the attention to your case that they, that you can give to your case, because it's your situation. You ain't got to study nobody else's situation but your own. You feel me? So I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta put your feet down, man. You gotta put your hands down in that dirt, man, and get dirty sometimes. You understand? You gotta be able to stand on business and provide the courts. You know what I mean? With what is necessary in order for you to regain your freedom and liberty. You feel me? So
and that's where I went wrong with trial in general, because I relied on the law. I relied on the term innocent until proven guilty. I figured, why testify? Why I don't need to defend myself if nothing is proven. So I relied on my attorney's advice of, you take the stand, you're gonna look worse than what you do right now. They can't put the gun in your hand. They failed to prove anything that they said they would. So I decided against taking the stand as the advice of him, and that was my biggest flaw. I mean,
yeah, I mean, a lot of people
I
make that
started, like I said,
mistake.
I started studying right afterwards. I would not put my life in another man's hands like I did. I mean, I lost it. I lost my life doing that.
Well, I mean, you ain't lose your life. You may have lost your freedom temporarily. You still got your life. I'm talking to you. You feel me?
Well,
So you
I
still
mean,
got
I
that.
mean, I mean, no, I'm alive, but I'm not living.
Well, I mean, that's all of us that's incarcerated. I mean, we in survival mode here.
Yeah,
You understand? So we not living, but
yes,
we
we
are
are.
alive. You
No,
understand? So I definitely get that. But what I'm saying to you, like, for the most part, with a lot of us, we didn't take the stand. Some came from certain street codes. Some came from certain morals and principles. Some just came from simply being ignorant, from us not understanding and knowing the law. I mean, because even a kid ain't got to tell on somebody for them to say that it ain't me who you was pointing the finger at to say I broke the jar or spilled the milk. You understand what I'm saying? And with a lot of our situations, regardless of what a person's past could have entailed, you know what I mean? Us not taking that stand was one of the biggest mistakes that we could have made, bro. Because even if a jury wanted to find us not guilty, how? How was they gonna find us not guilty if the only story that was being presented to them was the one that was being told by our op? You understand what I'm saying? We ain't even say nothing. We ain't give them no way to look at the story in a different light or to see it different. But I mean, the past is the past. We learn, we live, and we learn. You feel me? So now is the time for us to properly educate ourselves and then come back to that table. Right now, we got a voice again. You understand? One, the podcast gave us a voice. And then two, with those who still have certain things left in court, whether it's a modification, whether it's emotional correct or legal sentence, whether it's a post conviction, you get another opportunity to speak on your own behalf. You understand? And we have to take advantage of that opportunity. You know what I mean? Man, you know
I'm gonna take full advantage of this. I eat money.
I mean, with with regards to you having a wrongful conviction, how many different innocent projects have you written to?
I wrote to the New York office and I wrote to the one in Washington. There's one in Charles or the Innocence Project, something on Charles Street in Baltimore, but I haven't written to that.
You say you haven't
And I
heard
never got a
anything back?
response. You know,
Man, listen. Even if you say the first of every month, you send a letter to them people. You feel me? To all of the different innocence
yeah.
projects or law schools or you know what I mean, those that are advocating for those who are wrongfully convicted. You feel me? The first of every month, send a letter because eventually it's gonna fall on somebody's lap.
I've written probably 30 attorneys and two of the Innocence Projects since I've been in WTI, and I've only heard back from the Innocence Project in Washington. That was just like last month. I heard back from them last month after a year.
And what they say,
They said that they was gonna review my information and let me know if they're gonna pick up my case. But if what I'm saying is true, then there's no reason for me to be here.
did you send them a copy of the paperwork that you have?
Now that's what I'm waiting on now. I gotta get envelopes and stuff from commentary.
No, I'm saying anytime that you send any paperwork to any of them places, always make a copy of the paperwork that you have to express your
Oh
situation
yeah,
or explain
absolutely.
your situation so that it's already present. You understand? I mean, because
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
might get a million letters from people saying I'm innocent, but they don't have a million letters with proof of everybody innocence. You understand what I'm saying? So, in order to stand out or make yourself stand out from the norm, then you got to present yourself in a way that makes a person want to look into your situation. You feel me? Because other than that, I mean, facts and reality shows that, outside society, for the most part, for a person to be in prison, you feel me? They look at it in the sense that if he in prison, then he did it. You understand what I'm saying? So they not looking at the
Yeah,
ins and outs of the case. They not looking at the in depthness of the case. They not looking at the facts of the case. They going off of their own perception of what their belief of the law is. So if they believe in
right. Well, he
police,
was convicted, so he got to be good.
yeah, I mean, if they are police friendly in that sense, and the police lock you up, then more likely than not, 90% of the people gonna say, man, he must have did what he did for the police to lock him up. Other than that, police ain't gonna just lock you up. You understand? They not looking at
Well,
the vendettas that we know that police may have. They not looking at the police corruption or anything dealing with police misconduct. They don't look at those things unless it happens to them or happens to somebody that they love, where then they can see and realize, damn, that really do happen. But for a
Mhm.
regular ordinary Joe to say something in that effect, then the perception of it is, oh, that's far fetched. You understand? So us,
and that's exactly what it is.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
All right. Mm,
Oh,
well,
that's the interruption. So Joey, you can call us back, hang up, call us right back, and we'll get you right back into um into the show, okay? And we'll take a break and we will be right back. Okay. So Jai, you gonna play the promotion? Welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. We are fighting for freedom. I'm Davita alongside my husband Rodney, and we are fighting for freedom where I fight, you fight, and we fight. If anyone want to come on the show, be a guest, send me an email to my, I'm sorry, to fighting for the number four freedom at myyahoo.com. Don't forget the my. If you have something you
You
want,
have a prepaid call. You will not be.
if you want to come on the show, Uh, you can come on Black Box Radio. That's Black Box 2X's at gmail.com. And we have a lot of people in the comments. Thank you guys for joining us. Is he on, Jai? Probably not yet. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you. Thank you, Elise Smith. We appreciate you. Allie Smith, I'm sorry. Is he on, Jai? Some people saying that that's not his picture. That's what was given to me. I do apologize if it's the wrong picture up there, but that's what was sent to us, and that's what we put out there. So my apologies if that is the wrong picture. And saying, Elise, Allie Smith is saying, you can't lose hope, bro. Someone will hear you. You will be heard. We're here for you, Joey. And other people saying that, that's the wrong picture, which again, we apologize. Hey, bro. Hey, Joey. Is he on?
Jojo.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there you go. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. That was the break, everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, Jojo.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro. Hey, look. Some of the people called and say that's the wrong picture. You said to get the younger picture of you, so you know what I mean. I don't know if that was the right younger picture, but that was where you say to go get it from, right? So I mean, first chance we get, we're gonna redo your picture, man, so that they can have a proper picture up with your interview and stuff, right? So we definitely fix that for you, man, so that they don't think that they been ghosted or something talking to them.
Right, right. We apologize. They're saying that's your brother Timothy.
Fighting for freedom catfish.
No, that's not what we want to do, though. We don't want to have a fighting for freedom catfish. We will get you the right picture. We will.
Yeah, we got you. Hey, look. But I say, you see how people reach that and it was expressing to you, you can't give up or you can't lose hope, and I know from being on this side of the wall, man, that's a little easier said than done. This shit real, bro. You feel me? And this joint suck for real, man. Especially when you fighting for something that you know that you ain't do, man. And they got their foot on your neck about it. You understand? But I always express to you, and I always tell you every day, man, that we strive for what matter. We push forward for what matter. We leave away everything that don't, man. You feel what I'm saying? So we get that tunnel vision on what matters to us. We can prevail and come from underneath of this, But with your peoples that's out there that you feel, they not there the way that you need them to be there, then you got to reach out to them, bro. You got to educate them. You understand? They not on this side. They haven't been on this side. So they don't understand certain aspects of being on this side. So if you want that proper help, then you gotta educate them, man, so that they know how to help you. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't tell them
You
how to
know,
help you,
you
go ahead,
know,
I'm listening.
I'm still new to this. I mean, I'm not. I know what I need to do and what needs to be done to help me, but like I'm as new to it as they are. Like I've never been in prison before this, and this all new to me as it is to them. So
Yeah, I mean, it's
like
new to
I
you like
wouldn't
it's
even
new
know how to
to
help
them, but
myself
you're here.
sometimes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're here. You understand? So regardless of what's new to you, you had to adapt. So you know what you're adapting to. You understand? I mean, you're around, so you see people leaving on a regular basis the same way you see people coming in on a regular basis. You feel me? So you got to be able to apply yourself. If you apply yourself, then you can teach them. I mean, because for sure, it's way more people that's smarter than me book wise for sure on that street than I am in here. You understand? So the little knowledge that I do have to give it to people on the street, it goes a long way because they have more knowledge pertaining to things once they know what they're fighting for or what they know what their topic is about. You understand? I wasn't book smart out there. You feel me? So now to see people coming to an aid and assist now because of the little knowledge that's being given to them, then I already know, man, that's why how they say it takes it takes a town, man. You feel what I'm saying? So we wasn't created just for self. You know what I mean? People was created for people, man. So we got to be able to utilize those avenues and those networks and those resources of those people the same way that they utilize and network with us. You feel me? But it got to be something that you want,
And
bro.
I completely agree with you, right? But I was the advocate when I was home. I was the one helping people. I wasn't the one needing it. I wasn't the one that asking for it. I was the one that actually put my foot forward to help the next man, no matter what the situation was, moving, school, watching their kids, taking their cars, whatever the problem was, I was trying to help them. And then I get jammed up in this, and like everybody just seemed to turn their back to me, and it was that's probably been the biggest battle of it. But
I would
it's
say, I would
common.
say to you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the least common thing in America. You know what it is? The least common thing is
What is that?
common sense. I mean, so like, could you be all right? And this is a question to you, Mr. Seaman. Could you be convicted of using a firearm? Or let me reword that. Could you be convicted of shooting a man in a home that you were found not guilty of invading with a firearm that you were found not guilty of possessing, and the state could not connect you to?
Um, I couldn't hear all of the question, but to be wrongfully convicted, I can't imagine. I can't imagine being in those shoes. I can't imagine having to go through that. All I can do is really like be empathetic to the situation. But what I can say to you is what I do know is there's a lot of people out here who are fighting for you guys in there. Um, I've been to the legislative sessions in Annapolis. I've been to so many, nonprofit organizations with meetings. I've also been asked to speak at different events that I have already spoken at, and those rooms are filled. Those rooms are filled with attorneys and judges that's retired, other impacted family members, lawyers, like I said, attorneys, student uh, attorneys. This sometimes a standing room only, so it feels lonely. But what I can tell you is people out here who are fighting every day to assist you guys who don't even know you. I say that to you with the hopes of you understanding that and try to comprehend that so that your fight in there continues. Don't think that you're alone or you don't have anyone fighting for you because you do. Um, I'm also going to be reaching out to
Another
some, huh?
brother. I said I got a good Muslim brother on my side. He's definitely a good man. It gave me a lot of hope the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. And it's some people in this chat, in the chat commenting. Someone said they're at work and they're listening. Let me see if I can find a name. I'm praying for you, your uncle. He love you, David Walker. He's on there. Emily, she says she's watching from work and she loves you. So you definitely have, some voices out here. Um, I can incorporate them in some of the things that I'm doing. They can participate in the legislative session and fight for people who are convicted of things that they haven't done. It's not an easy fight. Like they say, getting in there is easy, getting out is the hard part. But it's people out here who are fighting with you to help with the hard parts, even if you're not able to see it. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're on the podcast. I'm glad that you didn't take the steps that you were thinking about taking. People care. And the good thing about it is people care, like I said, who's not affiliated with you, but just understand the injustice of the court system. And they are fighting for you. We're changing laws. Laws are changing every day. And my husband, he has a brain with a whole bunch of information in it, and I would encourage you to pick it. I would encourage you to get in his ear every day, all day, and help him help you, and vice versa.
No, you haven't. He hasn't told you about me, has he? I definitely get on his nerves.
Hey, man.
That's all
So
right.
other than learning the law, like you said, you've been studying for some years. How is coping with that place working? What are you doing to continue to keep your head up in there?
All I do is cream the law, and I mean, I've been going to school now too, get my GED. But aside from that, for the last 5 years, all I've been doing is going to the law library, and I've been reading case law every day, every other day, different procedures, and so like, there's not really no coping other than me focusing on the law. Like other than that, I'm going crazy. I'm literally going crazy. I actually think I went there and came back already, but I'm not sure.
Wow. It's not enough resources in there. We know that. That's something else that we're fighting for. We're not only fighting and making a ruckus about the injustices and things, but the lack of support that you guys have in there. We're also fighting for that. And what I do know is a lot of laws out here have changed and are changing so that the conditions in there get better. They're probably not going to be fixed the way that some people may want them fixed, but we are fighting for them to be better. And definitely getting you guys resources
I
in
don't,
there
I
to
don't,
help y'all.
I don't need the laws to change for Miss Fatima. I need the laws to stand where they were when I was convicted, before I was convicted, and are now. The law
Mhm.
And
says
you
that I
need
should
what?
not be in prison. That's the bottom line. The
Right.
You need what?
process.
He was saying that he don't need the laws changed. I guess the laws that's in place, they just he need them to abide by those laws. I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
Right. Well, no. I'm saying you're right, but the law is flawed to a
Right.
degree of ignorance. If you don't know it, you're not supposed to break it. But if you don't know it, they can bend the rules, and you can get found guilty of some crime you didn't commit. But
Hmm.
if you did it by accident, then you're still guilty. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you can't get lost. You can't get lost in having that type of tunnel vision. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, if you was to be released right now, what would you do when you go home?
I'm going right back to Ray's landscape, and he's probably listening if he's listening right now. He's like, I don't even got my landscaping business no more. Well, we're gonna open it back up. I was
So,
only doing landscaping now.
so if you was
On
doing landscaping and that's what you want to pursue, then your focus got to be on landscaping to an extent because that becomes the thing that matters to you. If you get lost in your mind and head about prosecutorial misconduct, ineffective assistance of counsel, or judicial misconduct, you feel me? And you get lost in the mind about how you was deprived of this, that, and another, you're gonna get lost in the system. You
Mm.
understand? Because everybody know that
Right.
the system is corrupt. You understand? You look at so much stuff that's going on in the world and how they going against each other, and it's all behind political gain. You understand? So we know these things, but you can't get lost in those things because the moment that you get lost in that and get focused on that, you done, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be able to look outside of the box. You got to be able to look at a brighter future, at a bigger picture for yourself, and say, man, I want more than what
Mm.
this is. So this part that's going on right now, let me just walk through it because you're gonna have to go through it. It's a process. You understand what I'm saying? So going through that process, being able to come out of the other end of that process, where it's to your benefit or to your likings, then you got to be able to look at something that means more to you than this process right here. You understand? You got to think. I got 30 years in. I looked at how many times they
I know.
lied, how many times they lied, how many times they lied, how many times they presented lies, and they made me look like I was the liar, but the whole time that they was lying. You understand what I'm saying? And it was a time that some of my own peoples didn't believe in my innocence or didn't believe in me. You feel me? Because of who was presenting the case against me. You understand? And it wasn't until they actually was present for certain stuff that then when it turned around and the lies started coming out and they got a chance to see for themselves, then they started believing. Not because of what I told them, but because of now what they got a chance to see for themselves.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you in those type of things, you can't get lost in that. If you get lost in your pride, if you get lost in your ego, if you get lost in your emotions, you stuck, bro. You understand? So although it hurts being here, although it stings being here, bro, we got to do what we got to do necessarily to come out ahead where we gonna prevail. Where it ain't by default, where it's gonna cost us to be back in here. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta focus on what matters. You know what I mean? Look at your bigger picture. Look at what you want more for your life. Give yourself something to fight for. You understand? Because just saying I
I
want to fight to prove my innocence or I just want to fight to get out of prison, that ain't enough. You already see that that ain't enough. You
uh,
sitting here every day. Every day
it,
that
it was
we in
it
here,
was
what we say?
it was enough,
Say it
but
again.
it was enough for a little bit, but then it stopped being enough, and once I started reaching out again, my niece is a big reason why I'm still fighting too. I need to get home to them. I miss my niece and nephews. I don't got no kids. I don't think. Maybe.
Chrissy Green on. She said, "Don't give up. She love you." See, you got a lot of support
You,
out here.
you see how many people reaching out to you saying that to you? I mean, because they understand the struggle and they ain't even dealing with your struggle. They dealing with life and out there. You understand what I'm saying?
I
And
know it,
some
and,
some of the
and
things that we
it's
don't
struggling out
understand out
there.
there, yeah, it's a struggle out there for sure.
Hmm.
So don't think that a person abandoned you. Just think if you was the help when you was out there and now the help was gone, that means
Right.
they had to find other means to survive now. They had to find other help. So it wasn't that they abandoned you. Now they had to figure it out because the help that they had was no longer available to them. You
See,
understand? So it's
and me
all in the
being taken
perception.
out of their lives, it's selfish. It's selfish because I love them more than I feel like they love me, and that's not how it is. Because I know they love me, all of them.
Right. Right.
I'm,
So then you gotta put that work in, bro.
I'm just,
You gotta put that work in, and I ain't just talking about in the legal aspect of it. I mean, you got to start networking. You got to start utilizing resources. You got to start reaching out to people. First of all, society brought us in here, and it's society that can bring us up out of here. So
Hmm.
you got to be able to show society that, man, you're a benefit to being out there, not a liability, so that they want to speak up on your behalf, so that they want to start mentioning you in certain places of value, certain places that actually mean something. You feel me? Make them come and get you
Yeah.
as opposed to sitting back on your hands and be like, man, this some bullshit. You feel me? Make them peoples come and get you, man. Like, oh, we need Joe out here. Man, what he got to bring to the table, what his foundation is, man, we need that out here. Let's go get Joe. What it is that we need to do in order to come and get him other than putting a couple dollars on his books.
well, see, and that's all I need. I need your voice. You got to help me with that now.
Oh yeah, I mean you
You guys
got
are
it
helping
there.
the network now.
Yeah, you got it. You got it now. Like I said, I go to the legislative sessions. I'm talking to these senators. I'm face to face with a lot of judges. I'm face to face with a lot of people who are speaking on your behalf, and I'm not letting up. I want my husband home too, but I got my foot on the gas, and I'm not letting up. Sometimes I know they hate to see me coming, but
Yeah.
I'm coming. Absolutely. And we need more people. We need more people in this fight. You know, it's a lot of people on in these comments. They are lighting it up for you. They love you. Your niece, Annabelle, she says, love you, Uncle Joey. Anybody who want to get on this bus is room. It's enough seats. And when one bus get filled up, we're going to fill up another one. So reach out to me at
You know,
Fighting for Freedom, and we can continue this fight.
can I say something to everybody?
Sure.
Absolutely.
So just for the society and the general public, the truth will set me free. And as the more people that know it, the more people that gotta listen. They're gonna have to listen, and something's got to be done. I can't prove that I didn't kill that man, but I can't prove that you didn't either. The problem is that I can prove that they failed to prove that I did. Like, I can tell you honestly that I didn't have nothing to do with that, but I can't prove that I did. And I can prove without a doubt that they made me the killer of a man that I had only helped. And it's sad because if you listen to the words of the victim versus what the government says, it's two different stories. But my tablet only has 2 minutes left and it's logging me out. So I gotta either call back or call back.
Yeah, you can do that. We have a few more minutes in. If you want to hang up and call right back, you absolutely can.
I'm gonna call you right back. One second.
Okay. All right. And thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for coming on and showing him some support. You want to run an ad, Jai? Welcome back, you guys. I just want to let y'all know we have our music for our intro. Y'all hear it in the beginning, I think, when you first go on. And I like it. I be jamming during the intermission. So thank you guys for coming back. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Monica, for coming on. Elise, thank you so much, you guys, for showing Joey some support. Is he back on, Ja? Not yet. Okay, hopefully he'll be calling back in. If you guys have some content, if you want to come and join the Black Box Radio family, please send an email to Miss Queen at blackboxradio, BLAKBOXX radio at gmail.com. And come on and support us. We would love to have you here. If you want to come on this show, send me an email at fighting for the number four freedom at yahoo.com. We are here every third Sunday, 7 o'clock. We'll bring you guys a new guest on the show and you will hear more content from them. I think that's Joey calling in right now. He'll be on shortly. There you go, Amanda. Tell him put that pen to the paper in there. Yeah, we fighting. We're fighting for these young men and women who have been falsely arrested, falsely accused. The fight continues. Hi, babe. Hi, Lara. Hello? Oh, he's gone too. Get out of here.
Yo, yo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if it's anything that you want society to know, man, or you want your family to know, man, talk to them.
I say, generally, I just want everybody to know that I really didn't do it. I mean, I can't prove it, but my character, you people not saying nothing is disheartening. But like, I get it. I completely understand because Denise and her flunkies and all the negative attention. I mean, I was convicted of a murder, so I mean, I can't say that's something that is normal because it's not. I don't know anybody that else has been in my situation before. So, but like being wrongfully convicted and still having like no, you know, it just sucks. It sucks so bad that to feel like everybody left. I know that there's still people out there that love me. It's just I have no way to contact you guys, and I don't know. I just want you guys to know that I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with that man being killed, and that's the God's honest truth. And the more people that know it, the more people that will have to look and listen. I can't prove that I didn't kill him, but I can prove that they failed to prove that I did. How could I be convicted of using a firearm that I was found not guilty of possession? And the state could not commit me to. On the first day of my trial, the state of Maryland said that he would prove who shot that man. And then 6 days later, my jury asked, can the defendant be convicted if he did not pull the trigger? I mean, did they prove who shot the man if they didn't prove who pulled the trigger? No. But again, common sense isn't that common, is it? It's been a struggle because like y'all said, like you getting lost in these factors. It's like I just want to come home to you guys. I've missed the last 7 years of my niece and nephews, and I can't imagine how their mustaches have to be as thick as their mama's. I miss them.
Oh, I'm sure they miss you too. I'm sure they do.
Put your put your name and your ID number and address and stuff out there, man, so that those that's listening, man, that want to reach out will be able to reach out. So that they ain't no nothing about people didn't have this information or that information. Give them the information.
My name is Joseph Daniel Parrish. I'm go by JoJo. My friends and family call me Joey. I'm from Harry Grace, Maryland. I've been in WCI for the last since 2021, so for 4 years, going on 5 years. And my SID is 2946115. My DOT number is 482368. I'm at WCI, which is at 13800 McMullen Highway, Southwest, Cumberland, Maryland, 21502. Holla, yo! I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I felt like I was almost uptown for a
Hey,
second.
Joy. Hey man, I'm just laughing, man. I mean, that's what it is, bro. I mean, sometimes we gotta laugh to stop from crying in this place, man. You feel me? I mean, you know how I am, Joey, yo, and I stand on business, bro. But I tell you every day, man, like yo, I'm trying to get out. Yo, I'm sick of being here, bro. You feel me? So, the time, any day, it don't take no month, no year, no years, no decades, none of that, man. One day is too long being in this place. You understand? And I get it, and I understand. Given certain lifestyles or certain things that we come from or whatever. Sometimes this is a consequence to a thing, but it doesn't have to be a forever
Yeah,
consequence. You understand?
but that's the thing, yeah. Like when we was talking, I'm telling you, like I do not come from none of that. I don't do none. I'm not a robber. I don't rob people. I don't beat people. I've gotten in fights. I'm a regular dude, but I don't come from stealing and stuff other than to survive. I don't go out and do that. I had a job and I was a decent dude. I wasn't. I mean, I can't say that I haven't been in trouble or never been arrested before because it's gonna be a lie, but I've never physically harmed anybody my entire life. And that's a fact. I mean, can be proven by 528 witnesses. I
Mm.
mean,
Yeah. I get it. I get it. But real talk. Society don't really. Certain aspects of it don't really care about that. They don't care that you was a good dude. They don't care that you was a schoolboy. They don't care that you was in them books. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of the perception of you being on this side of the fence now is just negative. You understand? But one thing about it is,
well,
as opposed to, our perception of it being prison, this becomes a college. This becomes an educational place. So outside of having a wrongful conviction, you got to think about having a modification, or you got to think about state habe or federal habe. Newly anything that may come about that's newly discovered evidence that can get you back in court. So I mean, in the midst of us waiting for those things to come to pass, we still got to do what we got to do in here to show society that we are members of society. You understand what I'm saying? So at times of being in a cell, you got a tablet. This institution don't offer programs. You feel me? Or the ones that they barely got, they barely run. So it's hard trying to get into them. But on the tablets, we got different little educational programs on the tablet. Do them because the
you
different
you were just
subject
talking
matters
about
or
this
the
the other day.
different
I didn't even know that they were on there.
yeah, and the different educational joints that's on there, they make the difference to the courts. They makes a difference to society because when you look at it and say, man, you got this man in here who say that he's a benefit and that he was out here doing right, then he should continue doing right, irregardless of his situation, in spite of the ill feelings or in spite of certain bitternesses that comes along with this place, because it's a different mentality. It's a different monster that you gotta have to survive this. You feel what I'm saying? But it shouldn't take away from your character of who you are. You understand? So although you might gotta show your teeth at times in here, it shouldn't stop you from striving to be the best you. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So with
Yeah.
doing certain of those little programs that they got on there, you get certificates for it. If a person get parole, then those certificates make a difference. If a person go for a modification of sentence, those certificates make a difference. And you already know, even if you got life without parole right now, you already know that don't even make a difference. You see how many people had life without parole that's gone now, or sentence and got modified,
Yeah.
and then the things that they did while they was here actually made the difference of them being here, and the peoples was willing to let them go back to society. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, we still got to conduct ourselves, man, and maintain our integrity in spite of what conditions we living under. You know what I mean? You here, this joint like zombie land. You feel what I'm saying? This place is upside down for real, man. It's like a hole in the wall spot somewhere, bro. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, it doesn't
you
really
still
make
got to
sense.
make it count for you. You understand? You can't get lost and start looking like it. Because once you start looking like it, then the world really gonna turn its back. Because they fear what they don't understand. And looking at what they saying now, they fear for these little kids. They fear for what's going on in the world right now. That's why half of the people don't like going to gas stations or the supermarkets or being outside at a certain amount of time. You understand? They fear for that. You understand? So you gotta be one of the ones that bring back the relief of that fear. Like, man, I'm the balance to what you was fear. You understand? So I mean, it's
I
more
mean,
than just trying to prove your innocence. It's more than just showing that you had a wrongful conviction. You feel me? Because for sure you're not the only person in here that is actually innocent of a crime or have a wrongful conviction. And the same way like I know in here, a lot of the things that got them out of here or got them home had nothing to do with their conviction.
right.
You
And
understand what I'm saying?
that's why I was lost for a long time. I wasn't doing nothing but my law. So then I started doing my GED, and I've been in school for that. So that's I'm trying to better my way with that way. And I got a couple mental health certificates. So I didn't know about
Yeah.
the educational ones on the tablet. That's
Yeah.
probably
And,
gonna be
and all
more
that stuff
cool.
count, bro. All that stuff matter. All that stuff count. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I say, the same way if you was out in society, you might go to PTA meetings or you might take your nieces and nephews to doctor's appointments or pick them up from school. The same way you got to find things in here to apply to your life. That's positive. You feel what I'm saying? We around negativity all day, but we ain't got to be negative because we surrounded by it. You know what I mean? One thing
Absolutely.
when we was younger, certain stuff we ain't had no choice about. Certain things we didn't have an understanding to make a proper choice about. But now we understand. We grown now. You understand? So now that we grown, the choices that we make gonna dictate our life. So now we gotta put our best foot forward. Like I always say, man, let your next step be your best step.
Mhm.
You were saying you didn't have help, you got help now. You feel me? You just gotta
I
show
can
up.
never, I say I appreciate you and brother AB every morning, right? This podcast definitely set my mood to a higher level. I'll tell you that, big bro.
Hey, man, hey, they waiting on you out there, bro. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
I don't want to keep waiting on them. You know, I'm trying to get out there.
Well, I mean, then you gotta apply yourself, bro. I mean, it ain't about looking down one street. You feel me? You gotta look down every
Yeah,
street that's available. You, you know what I
I don't
mean?
think I don't think I'm gonna stop fighting as much as I want to. Sometimes I don't think I'm going to.
No,
I'm
I ain't gonna
opening
let
that
you
door
stop
again.
fighting. I ain't gonna let you stop fighting. There's just one thing I want you to understand, though. What is it that you're fighting? You understand? Know what you're
One more
fighting.
time.
I say I ain't gonna let
Oh,
you
I
stop
know what
fighting.
I'm fighting. I know what I'm
But the
fighting
thing
for.
is, you gotta know what you're
So
fighting. You feel me? You got people in here that's just fighting demons. They ain't fighting to have a better life, or they ain't fight. They fighting to escape them demons. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't fight properly if you don't know what you're fighting.
I didn't hear nothing the last part you said.
I say that you can't fight properly if you don't know what you're fighting. A lot of people in here fighting demons. You know what I mean? A lot of people in here fighting their self. You know, their self is their worst enemy right now. You understand? So you got to know your fight. You got
For
to
a
know
long
what you're
time,
fighting for.
I think for a long time I was throwing some wild haymakers at the air. I didn't even know what else to mean there.
Yeah, I mean, but from one person to another that been on this side of the fence, we all got our moments of going through that. The whole thing is about not staying in that moment. You gotta shake that off. You feel me? We go all that moment of depression, that moment of hating life, or why me, or you can come on and take me if I gotta live like this. Come on, I'm ready to go. Man, we all go through that. We all had that moment of experiencing that. You understand? Ain't nobody exempt that came in here with a substantial amount of time, man. That felt like they was fighting and fighting, and the courts denying this and ain't listening to this and just tossing this to the side. We all went through that moment of feeling like we was hopeless in that fight. You feel me? That's how this fight was designed, though, bro. You know what I mean?
I
This was
mean, during trial, I didn't even put up a fight at trial. Yeah, yeah. You know why?
say it again.
Like aside from not proving anything, there was no evidence of murder presented except for the murder weapon, and they couldn't connect me to it. So if I'd have fought, I'd have been literally swinging in the air, and that would have made me look worse than me trying to defend myself against someone that didn't do it. At least that's the way I thought about it, because that's really my attorney explained it to me. Innocent until proven guilty. They didn't prove anything, and they couldn't put the weapon in my hand. So why would I take the stand to be impeached or potentially be impeached, and they could bring in my past charges or and make me look bad? I mean, Miss Linda's never been in trouble before in her life. She's a saint of a woman. She says that I'm home at 10 o'clock. I will not argue with her. She says I was home at 10:40, 10 something at night, and, as I am every night. So who am I to argue with that? Versus the state saying they had phone records that put me in havoc at the time, but my phone records weren't introduced. What is that? How do you rebut my alibi without actual true evidence? It doesn't make sense. You
Well,
can make
let me ask you a question. I mean, we're running out of time, but the podcast is almost over, but I just want to ask you, a question really quick. What made them pick you? How did they connect you out of all the people? They just randomly picked you. What led them to you?
It wasn't a lead or them picking me. It was me and the guy had I had been accused of stealing from them in March of 2018. So and this is the bottom line, right? So they said that I beat this man up, a wheelchair bound veteran, and I robbed him in March of 2018. They said that because I was worried about being convicted of that assault and robbery, I murdered him. That was their motive. That's what they expressed to my jury in the court. Then 106 days after my trial, they were like, well, maybe he didn't beat him up and rob him, but that doesn't mean he didn't kill him. So they used a motive, a personally created motive of a robbery that didn't happen, and said that I was worried about being convicted of it. But then afterwards, they were like, well, maybe he didn't do that, but that does not mean you didn't kill him. He said that the truth does not matter, and I got that in black and white. Like he said, the truth of the matter does not matter. I don't see how it is. I mean, you just told everybody in my jury that I beat him up and robbed a 61-year-old wheelchair-bound veteran, and I killed him because I was worried about being convicted of it. But then after my trial, outside of my jury's presence, you're like, well, maybe not, but still. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I mean,
You said that it would connect me to the murder weapon by proving that I called my brother on the day of my arrest and I instructed him to get rid of murder weapon. Me and my brother, my eldest brother, Robert Zini, a.k.a. Gibby, was charged with conspiracy to destroy evidence because of what
he was implicit in this. He was your co-defendant.
No. He was charged with accessory after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Because of the conspiracy to destroy evidence charge, right? But then the state of Maryland, on the day of my jury deliberated, he dismissed the conspiracy to destroy evidence charge. Doesn't that mean he dismissed the connection?
Oh, yeah. I think. Go ahead.
He said he established a connection between me and the murder weapon by proving that I called my brother and we conspired to destroy evidence. We were both charged with conspiracy to destroy evidence. He dismissed that charge. I mean, he dismissed that connection. I was found not guilty of possessing a firearm. How could I be convicted of using it? Right. I was found not guilty of home invasion. How could I be convicted of killing somebody in it? It doesn't make sense. And Yaya asked me one time, he said, well, what do I think happened? My judge recused himself 36 days before my trial due to a 40-year friendship. How did he still preside over my case?
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked. It sucked. You feel me? I mean, and I say it sucked. It sucked in a way that, man, it's unfortunate, that a lot of those type of situations happen. It's not necessarily person specific when it becomes place specific. You understand? And I say that to say that, judges got friendships just like state's attorneys got friendships. You know what I mean? And when you got certain lower towns or when you got high profile cases, you feel me, when it comes to them making their case, they not going off of what the truth or the facts of the matter is. It's not about who's telling the truth. It's about who's presenting a story that can be believable. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So they can sit and lie all day long, but because it's coming from a person or people that people value their opinion, they will embrace that. You understand? We didn't take.
They're speaking with the authority and influence of the state. I mean, that's false. You should.
Yeah, of course,
be a public figure.
I mean, we know this. We know, but that's what I'm saying to you. Like when you dealing with that, I mean, politics lie. You understand what I'm saying? So to say that a political figure shouldn't come in and present false or misleading testimony, why? That's what they do. So I mean, we're not negating or debating their line of work because we know that this is what it is. Our whole thing is.
All right, now you're accurate right about that, right? Like, who's gonna stop them from saying it? Okay, so but should I have been convicted only because I didn't take the stand to say that I didn't do it? Is that a reason to convict me of a murder?
Well, I mean, you got to think.
I mean,
You got
they
to
can say
think.
whatever
If
they want, but
no,
they have to prove it. They can say
no,
and say
Jojo,
my
listen,
character all they want.
Jojo, listen. Real talk. If we take a judge trial, we know that the judge got to give us law because the judge is held according to that law. If we take a jury trial,
Yeah,
now we move the law out of the judge's hand and place it in a bunch of people who have emotions. So if a person is presenting a story to these people and they are becoming emotional, then they are ruling with their emotions and not with the law. You understand? That's why
Right,
it's best that we become
but
educated about these situations and circumstances so that we can properly fight. Because for sure, for my own situation, had I known the difference between that, as opposed to listening to people in here saying, "Man, you should pick a jury. You should take 12 people, man. 12 people ain't gonna find you guilty for that." Not understanding that these 12 people not necessarily know the law. So if I am empathetic or sympathetic towards people, as those jurors are, and they coming and saying, "Man, he killed these people, or he did this, or he did that, and did this," and I don't defend myself, then their emotions is going to dictate what's about to happen to me next. So we have to
yeah,
become
I didn't think
educated.
about that.
It's unfortunate
I
that
didn't
we
think
go
about
through
that.
it this hard spot of it and then have to learn that after the fact. But yo, facts is facts. And you know, I'm standing on business, bro. I don't do no sugarcoating nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Some of it, yeah, it came from them misleading. It came from them lying. It came from, but then the other aspect of it, it came from us not applying ourselves. You understand
Yep.
what I'm saying? We took ourselves out the fight because we didn't understand the fight that we was in. And now that we getting a taste of
Yeah,
it and starting to
if I
understand
knew
the fight that
now,
we in, now we fighting backwards, trying to go back and refight the people that don't whoop us already. You understand? So
yeah, if I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't be here today.
absolutely, that's what everybody say, right? So we know for us on the street, it's supposed to be innocent till proven guilty, but we know in here it's guilty till proven innocent. You understand? So now we gotta dry them little tears up, or we gonna walk with them tears, whichever way, whether you cry or not. But we gotta fight. You understand? And we gotta fight in a way, man, that's productive. We can't fight without emotions. We, like you say, they common sense wasn't so common because people wasn't using common sense about certain situations. All right, now it's time for us to bring that realization back to the table. You
babe,
understand? We got
I
proof.
agree
We
with you.
got facts.
babe,
Yeah.
it's eight. It's almost 8:10.
All right. And look, we got to end this broadcast for the night. We got to end the series for the night. And look, JoJo, um, at any given time, man, we definitely welcoming you back to the show, bro. You feel me? You definitely welcome back.
Uh,
We're gonna do our part. We just need you to show up and do your part, bro. You got people in your corner now, in here and out there. You feel what I'm saying? So
well,
we're
again,
gonna utilize our
I
means.
appreciate you putting me on the podcast. Thank you,
Say it
Yeah,
Nick,
again.
for
absolutely, bro.
having me, and thank you, brother. I'll see you in the morning time, and I'll be able to bug you
Absolutely.
in.
You wanna shout out anybody really quick, JoJo?
Huh?
You wanna shout out anybody really quick?
I want to shout out to everybody, but more Tanya and Matthew O'Connor. They are my pains in the asses, and they're mad at me right now for unknown reasons. I don't know. But my nieces and nephews, I love you guys. Emily, have fun at work. Everybody that's listening, I love you guys. Even if you don't know me, I love you. I love you. I love you. I freaking love you. And I hope you guys have a blessed night. Miss Fatima, again, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you for helping the good man Yaya out. And Yaya, man, you already know I appreciate you, big dog. I say I'll see you in the morning time.
Man, you know what it is already, bro.
All right, babe. Let's take
All
take
right,
us
guys.
leave
You guys
here.
have a good night. I say I'll holler at you later. Bye, Miss Fatima.
Bye bye.
All right, to close out, wrong and closing out, we know that wrongful convictions don't just steal years; they steal futures. You understand? So tonight's story is just a reminder that justice must be more than just a promise; it must be a practice. Carry this truth with you, share it, and demand accountability. Because fighting for freedom means fighting until every voice is heard and every injustice is undone. I want to extend my deepest thanks to Miss Queen, who made this space possible. Providing a platform for voices that have been silenced is no small act. It's a commitment to truth, justice, and change. Without that vision and support, stories like tonight's might never been heard. And thank you, Ja, for standing with us in this fight for freedom and ensuring that justice has a microphone. Man, stay up out there, man. Bless up to everybody, man. Y'all have a good evening. We see y'all in the third of next month, the third Sunday of next month, rather.
Thank you guys. Y'all enjoy your evening.